Letter 1. True. Let's go. As we find ourselves on Alkyone. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Alkyone, we have our South Korean Zerg player, the Blue Zerg, representing Team Vitality. Ryung's teammate, it is Solar. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Protoss player representing Club NV. It is Creator. Oh, one moment as I try to quickly set up the team for Creator. There we go. And we are settling on in, and I'm excited. I'm definitely excited here for the series. Solar, one of the best Zerg players in all of South Korea. I'll say top 2 alongside Dark. And Creator, he's a very unique player himself as Solar is rushing to the gold. Let's go! The Clown Fiesta has begun. Solar mining through those minerals, rushing into the gold base already. Aggression is upon us, and the question becomes, Creator, how long does it take him to realize what's going on? Very quick to scout, very quick to realize what is happening. Does check the gold, does confirm the hatchery, and now the pressure is on Creator to punish this hatchery. Oh boy, can he do it? Can he pull it off? Now with this natural gold base, this can just boost an all-in, lead into a Roach base all-in, a Ling Bane bust as well. Solar is going to have a much stronger early to mid game here because of this gold. And Creator, he cannot allow that to happen. Not uncontested. Here's that drone Maynard from Solar. Moving over towards that natural. You can see here Creator just trying to get eyes on any extra gases, on any fast Roach Warren. Making sure there's nothing crazy going on with this build. And Creator just going gate expanded to Cybercore. Bold move by Creator. Not gonna lie, very bold move. Now, typically against this build, a lot of Protoss players, I'm referring to players like Classic, players like Hero, what they would do in this position is to throw down the second gateway. Is to delay the expansion, throw down the second gateway, and to go 2-gate Adept, 2-gate Vanilla Adept, and apply pressure and harass this space, leading into Stargate, into Oracle harassment, into a third base, and into a third base push there from the side of the Protoss. Unfortunately, already Adepts have gone down, and Solar, he's looking quite comfortable. Getting very comfortable here at the goal. I do worry that the time to punish this base has come and gone. At least when it comes to the builds. We do have the Oracle on the way, or the Stargate at least, for Oracle production. With that, we can try to punish the greed of these players. But we shall see, as the first unit of choice is indeed going to be the Oracle. Okay. Is going to be an Oracle opener here out of Creator. Adepts are moving out, threatening that main. Speaking a little bit about Creator, again, he has a very unique playstyle. More often than not, he does avoid the meta and just plays his own way instead. Just has his own preferences, maybe a better way of putting it, as one adept goes down. But Creator, he usually thrives in the mid to late game. Not necessarily the most fastest of players, but positional wise, strategically as well, we have seen Creator pop off. As the Oracle tries to dip in, gets zoned away. Oracle heading towards that goal, but once again, Queens are in position. Solar being quite greedy here. We should be seeing a Spore at the gold, and there it is. Spore is now just starting. Spore is now starting up here for Solar. Back at home, additional Oracles are on the way for Creator. He's up to 2, soon to be 3. And the triple Oracle opener, it's standard for a reason. It allows you to expand and take your third without too much trouble. If Lings try to harass, and you have plenty of Oracles to focus on those Lings. As you just gain more and more efficiency. As Lings, they do actually break through into the main. Uh-oh. Oh, this should not have happened. Lings, they slip into the main base, they get a full scout as well. They don't get eyes on too much, thankfully. This is what the Stargate. Did confirm that it wasn't quite researching, or there was no production underway there. From here, we do see Creator just falling back for a moment, still taking control of the Zelnaga, but not quite committing. Solar moving out towards the left-hand side, and it looks like he's looking for another cancel. Oracle's in position. Oracle is there. Lings, they try to bust in towards the natural once again. A lovely wall up there with the Stalker. Wall off at Eps. They do shade in towards the natural. We completely clean them up. How many drones did we get? 5. 5 drones go down. For 8 at Eps. Not quite worth it. Quite worth it in the end. Solo going for his own push. Queens are walling out across the map as well. Oracles, they will not help in the defense. We have 8 queens in total. Lings, they dive on the cyber core. The first immortal is going to pop out. With the arrival of that first immortal, we just deviate away and we go for the third. Now, as a reminder, Creator, he doesn't have to save that third base. He can't afford to lose it. What about the main army, though? What about the all-in? As Solar, he cut workers at 38. We spoke about it. The gold base was not punished, by the way, which is why this all-in is snowballing out of control. Solar cutting workers early on, not even saturating his third. The gold was all he needed. Queens are waddling back. The damage was done. Shut down the initial setup here. The SimCity, the wall, overcharge was forced. And we even did focus on one of those oracles. Now behind this, Creator is trying to bounce back. He's getting into disruptor production. Disruptors are a really nice way to trade very efficiently, overly so, against an unsuspecting player. But before that does occur, Lings and Ravagers, they dive on top of the army to take it Nova to the face. We don't even care. This Creator desperately trying to expand, trying to take a third. He's been trying to. There we go. He does ferry that probe over, and the third is going to be able to get up and running eventually. Aren't going to be getting there. Behind this, Solar just working on the fourth. I mean, happily mining from his gold. Has been left undisturbed for quite some time. And yeah, with this, Solar just got map control, right? Like after the initial push, after killing the third, I mean, we didn't even have a third. I just realized I assumed we were just going to rebuild it. But no, Creator staying on 2 bases intentionally so. And it's just a 2 base all in. Again, why hide a why throw down a fake third when you can just go for a 2 base all in anyway? We are pushing while slowing down the army. It's all or nothing here for Creator. Show us the Novas. It all comes down to these Novas. How good are the connections going to be? The longer this goes on, the better it is for Solar. There he goes up. Oh! Oof. Quite connecting. Instead, we dive on the Queens. Do focus one down. Yeah, Queen does fall. Nova connects with more Queens. We're gaining ground. But without those Novas, you can see Solar be a little bit more assertive, pushing on through. Clouds are connecting. Lings, they're coming from behind. The flanking Lings, they take down two of those disruptors. Immortal as well. GG gets called as the surround is too much, and Solar will take game number 1. Ooh, GG. Solid game there. Oh. Solid game there from Solar, taking that first game And Creator didn't play too poorly there by any means, but unfortunately his third base was shut down completely. He was forced into an all-in. There wasn't much more available there for Creator, given that position, given that circumstance. Did have to commit in some way. Again, because of that gold, and in the end, Solar did snowball out of control. Again, the scary thing about Akionim, you see a goal base, you need to punish it. If not, Zerg players can get out of hand. But here we go, we're getting into game number 2 and spawning in the top left-hand corner. In the top left-hand corner of side Delta, we have our South Korean Zerg player, the Blue Zerg, representing Team Vitality, and on side, it is Solar. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, down in this series, looking to bounce back here and now. In game number 2, he needs to force that ace match. Representing Club NV, it is Creator. Here we go. So we're getting into game number 2. Creator does get across the map. Ooh, unable to delay that expansion though. Solar going for a 15 hatch, I believe. Okay. Able to go for a bit of an earlier hatchery. Able to get it down just barely in time. So not a bad start. So with this, Solar, he should be deterring Glaive Adepts, should be deterring Twilight Council-based openers, especially on a map like Side Delta. So I would not be surprised if Creator goes for another Stargate. And thankfully, this time there is no gold. There's no gold to tempt Solar. There's no gold to force Creator to react and respond and to try to punish it. So that much more chill. But we're calming down, Papi. We're calming down. Just stretching. There we go. Don't forget to stretch your hydras. Sorry, stretch your roaches. Hydrate your hydras. All that good stuff. Whew. As Solar just going hatch gas pull. Standard opener out of our Zerg player. Probe does confirm that, so Creator should be feeling pretty safe. Is it nothing awry is coming out from the Zerg player? Not yet, at least. So Probe is going to be forced out. Behind this, Creator getting to his gate expand into Cybercore. And again, winding it back. Unfortunately, Creator just wasn't able to punish that gold base. We spoke about how I was shocked to see that he didn't go for a second gateway after confirming the opener. Likewise, it just wasn't able to really get much done there. Able to harass, and oh my god, this I was not expecting. If you remember, I spoke earlier about how Solar, he got his natural up and running. He wasn't forced to expand elsewhere, which means he has such a safe setup here. He's going to be able to spread his creep, connect his bases that much faster. Because we're on side Delta, we have some natural terrain advantage as a defender with the ramp, with the wall off we can go for. So I'm a little bit shocked to see that Creator has opened up more aggressively. Twilight Council, Robo as a follow-up as well. We have a couple of options. I'm leaning towards a Dark Shrine opener. Otherwise, we would have pulled out a gas. And there it is. A Dark Shrine has been thrown down. If it was Glaive Adepts, we would have pulled out a gas a lot earlier here to facilitate for just a much more efficient build. As Glaive Adepts are not as gas intensive. As instead, we are going to be going for Dark Templar. And DT Harass can be quite brutal and quite effective here. Again, DTs themselves can get a lot done. If they fail to, you can always pull them back, preserve them, morph them into an Archon, and get damage done that way instead. Speaking of, Dark Shrine is on the way. Looking at the vision of Solar, he has yet to get into the main. Solar's in the dark. Doesn't know what's going on. Did go lair first though. That was a That was a very early lair. That was what, a 3-minute 30 lair timing? That is not normal. We're going for our own all-in. Uh-oh. Lair first into a very fast roach speed. Roaches are amassing as we speak. Again, Solar may realize that something is off. That is true, but even then, this is a wild reaction out of Solar. And Solar's messing roaches, by the way. As we mentioned, like, again, it was a, what, 3-minute 30, 3-minute 20 lair timing very early on, and it's leading into an all-in. We're waiting for roach speed. That's all we're waiting for. Waiting for roach speed to kick in, and then we will pull the trigger, zoom across the map. And Creator hasn't scouted. Behind this, we're going for a DT opener. We're not even bothering to harass with the Dark Templar. We're going straight for Archons. Okay. We didn't have eyes on the lair timing. Solar just sending everything right through the center of the map. There's Mass Roach. Behind this, finally, Solar's droning. But his push is still quite committed. It is quite committed. We dive on top of the army, focus down at least one of those shield batteries. No overcharge, we focus down another Archon as well. Bit of a misclick by Creator. Did mess up there for a minute, but regardless, we're gonna be able to chase away everyone else, get on top of the third, and focus it down. Now, Creator, he did evacuate, thankfully. Creator didn't, I mean, I say that, did lose an Archon, did lose a couple of gateway units. Creator is in a bit of trouble, especially with Solar. He kills the third and he backs off. He just backs off and he drones. Solar extending his lead. Creator, the pressure is on. Down to one Archon though. And we're trying to skirt around. Trying to find some kind of damage here. Nonetheless, Dark is able to keep up. It will zone back that prism. And Creator, he has quite a lot of catching up to do. Now, at least his army, the quality of his army is not too bad. He's getting into Immortals, working on Blink, working on +1. Still working through whatever we can, but we're still playing at a deficit here, down a base. But that Solar, he's chilling. He's chilling, man. Is chilling, now taking his fourth. Archon Harass still trying to find some damage, but Solar, he's just chasing this down. Keeping under that prism. Oh, I spoke too soon! Roaches move out. Roaches move out. That is itself a Creator. He's likewise pulling back as well. Realizing how much danger he's in. Shield batteries are on the way. Overcharge going to be available. It's going to be 3 shield batteries here for Creator. But Solar, he's back with his second wave. Yeah, we collapse on the Immortal. Bailings, they ignore the army. They go straight for the mineral line. Straight for the pylon even. We deny the warp and we overwhelm. GG gets called. And just like that, Solar takes the series 2-0. And Solar qualifies for this season of GSL. GG. GG, well played. Solar rushing into a roach rush of all things. Remember, it was a 3-minute 30 lair. With that fast lair, leads into fast roach speed, leads into a roach all-in. And unfortunately, Creator had no idea what was happening, had 0 scouting information at the time. And yeah, Creator, he just had a very late reaction to it. And Solar, he got a lot of momentum really early on. Was able to get a kill on the Nexus, was able to pick off an Archon, able to pick off some gateway units as well. just solid execution out of Solar. And when it came to Creator, a lot of it is just lack of information there, lack of scouting to be able to get a read on what was going on, to be able to respond in time and have enough time to respond as well is something that Creator was lacking, unfortunately. And now we're getting into our next game here. Okay, so if you're a fan of Creator, do not fret, because he gets knocked down to another qualifying match. You can see it here before you. Up next, the final series of tonight's broadcast. It is going to be Shin versus Creator in another ZvP. Oh boy.